All right. Hello. Welcome to Looking Through the Glass. I'm your host, Sela. Our co-host, Giselle's back there baking cupcakes for her sister. This is my son. He wants to stay anonymous right now, so we will call him Anonymous.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of go into a little bit of my story and a little bit of his own. So, Anonymous, I have to remember to call you that instead of by your name. Because I did that to one of the other kids already.
Oh, nice.
I called them by one name and then called them by their other name.
Nice.
Right now we're trying to get a little bit more of my story out there, but I know you have your own story.
Yeah, of course.
So I want to hear a little bit more about yours too. Today's day number 33 for me.
Awesome. Let's go.
Yeah, baby. So I wasn't the one that told you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your sister was the one that told you.
Yeah.
Can you explain to them what your reaction was?
It was pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie. Cause
That's what everybody says.
At the time, I myself was doing drugs, so I mean, at the time, I didn't really care. I was like, Mom, I'm doing drugs as well. I get why you were doing it, you know, at the time, I understood why you were doing it, so it was really like whatever, I'm doing them too, so what's up, like, no, nothing too much on it, like, I was probably too drugged up to even care at the moment too. Like thinking like now, like if you had told me, I probably would have been like a bit different. Probably not though, because like now that I'm clean and that I don't do them myself, it's a bit different. But even then,
you really don't want to be hypocritical.
Yeah, no, people live their own lives. I'm not the one to judge anybody on their own actions.
So your sister, she gave me a little bit of the reaction that you had, and she said that you were just kind of like, hold up, Mom?
Yeah, no, I was bewildered at first, like, you know, because, like, you know, when we were a kid, you always denied it and shit like that, so, like, I was like, oh, okay, like, Mom? I would understand, like, a lot of things I went through as a kid because of, like, now I understand why some of the things happened when I was younger than, like, as an adult, and hearing that you had to do those things in order to even handle being alive and, you know, handling stress and just normal everyday stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it wasn't more of like, oh, wow, she's doing drugs. It was more of like a, damn, she did that because she had to, because of everything going on. Like, it was too much. And it was, at the same time, like, I kind of was like, damn, like, that's kind of the reason I started doing drugs, too, was just, like, I couldn't handle everything at once.
Yeah.
So, it was just, like, you know, I got startled by it, like, whoa. But, I mean, even then, like, didn't change my opinion of you in any way. Like I said, I was doing drugs at the time, too, so, you know, nothing much to judge there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I can't judge anybody's life, not even my own. I don't even like judging my own life most of the time. So it's like, I'm not a person that's going to go out there and judge someone because they did this or, you know, they did that. You know, everybody does their own things. Everybody has their own reasons. So, you know, in the end, like, we never have the full details of anything. So I can't make a full, complete, righteous judgment on anything.
Yeah. Okay. So, now, it's kind of funny because we both quit doing drugs right around the same time on our own. We weren't even talking about it. We just kind of, like, instinctually kind of went the same way. Can you explain to them what made you come to the decision of quitting doing drugs? And you can give as much detail or as little detail as you want on that. Hold on, y'all. I got food. Thank you, baby.
You got it.
He's saying Anonymous right now.
Yo, Anonymous! Oh, dude.
I love that movie, man.
Stay anonymous.
Alright. So can you explain to them, because there's a lot of age range that I want to hit, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, there's multiple different generations out there, and everybody has their own unique story.
Yeah.
So, in a short amount of time, so we don't make this too long,
Yeah.
as I'm trying to keep them, you know, shorter, people's attention.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit of your story.
Yeah.
Your own personal story. I'm gonna scoot over here and make me some food.
Okay. Yeah, no, so like I started doing drugs like middle school. I started doing them a little bit. Then I got to high school, started doing it even heavier. Got out of school, started doing them the heaviest. And like you said, it's wild. Like you said, like you stopped doing your stuff, and then like a week later, me not knowing that you even stopped, I stopped. And I think it was just a culmination. It was a process I had to go through. I'm in my early 20s at the moment, and these past couple of months, I've been smoking weed, you know, doing drugs and all of that, and I don't know, I've hit a wall, and it's made me look past it in a sense. I've had to look harder than I've usually had at myself recently. I do a lot of extracurricular activities outside of things such as work and chilling out at home. It's a culmination. Like a couple months ago, I've realized like as I've gone through these last couple of months, like I've been just 5 minutes of doing anything physical, and I've overexerted myself, and like I'm dying, and I need to catch my breath, and this and that, and then like as well as like shoot, I'm just living check to check because I'm paying for these drugs that I really don't have the money for, in all honesty.
Instead of getting your life together type thing.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I usually didn't care about it, like, the drugs made me, like, numb to everything, and that's why I took them in the first place, like, you know, I didn't want to care about anything, so I took them so I didn't have to, and I've just hitting the point where I've been doing drugs by myself for, like, a while now, since high school, like, I prefer to do drugs by myself. And I feel like that's really actually made me hit the wall and go and stop and really take a look at everything around me and realize that, like, damn, like, I'm here. Like, my early 20s, I'm living check to check. I have a high school diploma, you know, and I've really hit this dead end in life already at such an early age. And I don't know, like, kind of scared me a little bit, like, just looking at it and going like, damn, like, this is where I'm at, like, and this is not where I want to be at in life for the rest of it. Like, I want to make something of myself, you know, be someone, you know. I want to make enough money to support my people for when I'm gone, like, for years to come after I've already left. And
so you have a lot of ambitions.
Yeah, I don't know, and I've never had that before. Like, I've never had ambition all throughout high school, middle school, school in general. Like, never had that. And, you know, I was never big there. So I always just took drugs and hung with the cool kids, you know, quote unquote cool kids and shit. And just fucked off and really never did much. And I think it's just caught up to me now. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I woke up one morning and I was just like, you know what, like, I've had enough. Like, I'm done being at this stage. Like, I want to start saving up money. I want to start doing what I want to do. Like, I'm tired of working at a job that, like, I no longer feel love for. You know, I'm just working there to make a living, you know, paying my bills and such. And it's just, I think it all hit me up at once. And I just woke up and said, this was enough. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, I have goals now, like, I need to work towards something else, and it's helped me out a lot. Like, it's been rough this past month. I think I'm getting close to a month now.
Yeah, I'm 33 days, and you're just right behind me.
Yeah, I'm like 4 or 5 days away from it or something. But yeah,
which is awesome. It's hard to do, especially when you're hanging out with the same people.
Yeah, and you know, and it's nothing against those people who do it either. Like, you know,
they're not bad people. They're living their own lives.
They live in the only way they know how. You know, we don't get much of a guide on how to live our own lives.
which
we
is
just get told what we need to do, and then we end up just doing that instead.
which is one of the reasons why Giselle and I started this channel, was to help people understand that, you know, there's a lot of functioning drug addicts out there.
Yeah.
And these functioning drug addicts, they as time goes on, you kind of stepped out of it young. From what I noticed with my pattern and with other pattern people that are closer to my age, as they continue on making the decisions or feeling as though they have to continue doing drugs in order to function, or they literally have to continue doing drugs to function, because that's where I was.
Addiction, yeah.
Yeah, the guilt really eats you up inside. The shame, because everybody shames it so heavily, and that's where Giselle and I are really focusing on, is to not shame people. But I want to wrap this up. We're going to do a part 2, so you can give a little bit more, because I want to ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you want to continue hearing Mr. Anonymous's story, which is very interesting, I think, and maybe, you know, you can connect with it, there will be a part 2. So thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment. We would love to have some feedback. Maybe you want to hear about something else, or, you know, maybe there's a certain subject on this subject that you want to hear about. Please let us know. So thank you for joining us. Peace out. They always get this. Add with every end of the channel. Yeah, this is my signature.
Yep.